Hello and welcome to Film Slam Stream's post-film conversation for Whale Fall. My name is Eric Siler, and I'm an instructor of film, media arts, and communications, as well as moderator for this conversation. We are very pleased to be joined by the director of Whale Fall, Yiyuan Yuan. Hello, Yiyuan, and welcome.
Hello.
It's so good to have you with us. And Yiyuan, I know you're originally from China, and I understand that you speak Mandarin. We have some students that are probably watching that are studying Mandarin. They use our foreign language films to help them with their studying. So do you mind saying a special hello to those students that are studying Mandarin and in that language?
Sure. 你好，很高兴见到你们. So it's like, hello, really nice to meet you guys.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for that. So let's get into Whale Fall. I understand this is a film that you made in graduate school. Can you tell me, was this just a class assignment, or was it a little bit more than just a class assignment for you?
So it was my thesis film, but it was also my own true story that I really want to share. So kind of just bring my culture and my story into my thesis film.
Okay, true story. So tell us about the true story and why you decided to tell this story.
So I was inspired by a science article I read before about how whale's body will become nutrition for hundreds and thousands of lives and continue just nutrate the sea after his death. It reminds me of my grandfather, who's a writer, and I think he has the same influence just like the whale. Even though he's no longer with us anymore, but his thoughts and his book will continue to influence people. And originally this film is way longer than 3 minutes because it's my own story and because of the time limit and just the student year have to cut it to 3 minutes. So my grandfather was a construction worker who never got educated before, but he taught himself how to read and write. And I know he was a really famous writer when I started school. And since then, I live with him every summer, and he started to teach me traditional Chinese culture and encouraged me to study. I didn't quite understand why he did that because I was too young, but by the time I started high school, I no longer live with him, and he was getting old. The last time I saw him, he told me that poem that was in the film, that he tried to make me understand the meaning of it and try to make me understand that because he's getting old and he's getting sick, and he told me he's going to die. At first I thought he was joking and I didn't know how to react, and I don't quite understand the point that he taught me because I don't even understand what that is, so I was just lost at that time. And he passed away soon after he told me that. I was more shocked than sad because that was my first time experience death of family, and I had a really hard time to recover from it. And it was kind of scary for me at the time because death for me at the time was kind of like scary, like ghost stuff, and it kept giving me nightmares at the time when I was high school. And those nightmares just keep happening like every once in a while until I got to art school. It was just really scary, like he was hunting me because I don't know what death is and I don't know the right way to meet him. And finally the day when I got to grad school and the day I arrived in New York, it was a really mess day, and to go to orientation and to get apartment and buy furniture and build furniture. I was exhausted and really worried about my future. And that's the night I dream about him again. And instead of the ghost hunting, he actually talked to me and he said he's so proud of me and he never doubted I could make it. So that was the first time I awake crying out loud. And since then, he never appeared in my dream, and I kind of start to understand the poem he taught me and why he tried to teach me everything. And compared with the article I read, I just feel like he never really lived. He never really died. He just he will always influence me, and he will live in my heart, my memory, just like the well. And his book and everything will continue influencing people and his students.
That's a beautiful way to honor your grandfather. Well, what do you think he would say about the film?
I don't know, like he might love it, but he don't really watch animation, so
I'm sure he would love it because it came from you, and it's an expression of it's an honor, a way that you're honoring him. So you said that the film was much longer, but you condensed it. What did you take out of the film that we didn't see?
basically like 70% of the story I just told, because I really don't have that much time to finish everything. Like the ghost hunting part, that I don't understand that, but it's not really, like, it's too long for the story. Like the key part is just to tell the story that the well's death will continue influencing people, and I took that part out because that's like a little bit like out of the main story I want to tell. So I just get rid of the scary part, but just go into the main story that I miss him and his influence will continue after his death.
And how was it making this film? Because this is personal. Was it really emotional for you to take on this project, or is it something that you felt that you needed to do in the memory of your grandfather?
That's kind of both, like kind of hard for me to do it because I still feel sad, like when something triggered me to think of him, but I feel I want to do something because like things change so fast and so much, and people might not read book anymore and might not remember him anymore. So I kind of want to make a film to make people do remember him.
That's good. So let's talk about the film itself, putting it together. I know you did this for your thesis project. Can you explain to us how that worked? Whether you did this all alone, did you work with the team? How involved your instructors were? Tell us about the actual process of putting this together.
Oh, our thesis film has a year of deadline to finish, and I cannot start to think about what I need to do before the second year of my school start. I prepared the whole story during the summer break of my first year, and I showed my professor my script, and she think the story is lovely, and then I started to make storyboard about it, and the storyboard was like 10 minutes, and my professor is too long, and it's kind of hard to watch with 10 minutes of, because I was having a hard time to edit it because it's my first time to make film, and it was too long, and there's a lot unnecessary part that I don't know how to edit, and my professor helped me to edit to 3 minutes. And I didn't find any help for the animation, but I do find help for the style, the traditional Chinese art style, and also I find help for the music. So basically, like only like I animation part, I'm the only person, but I have music person and then like art director person. So we both both work on this to finish the film.
Was there ever any consideration of providing actual dialogue in the film? Or
It was really hard to add dialogue because if the person who speaks is not professional enough, you will draw people's attention out of the animation. And it will also, if dialogue is too much, you will draw attention out of the animation, and then you start to focus on what she say or what's going on. But it's better to just focus on animation other than just to talking, so.
and speaking of animation, What is your background? Are you an artist, or is animation something you learned in graduate school? Tell us about your ability to do an animation.
I studied animation during my undergrad school, Boston University, and then after I was majoring in 3D before, and after that I go to School of Visual Art for my grad school and study computer art, which is more 2D. And since then I kind of decided to do what I used to study, so I combined 3D and 2D together to make my film.
And can you tell us about the type of animation you did? Was this computer generated, or was it hand drawn? Tell us a little bit more specifically about the animation.
So it was 3D animation, but I kind of did something to make it more like a 2D animation. So basically it's 3D model, but I applied different math to make it more like painting. So you only see the outline of the 3D model, and then there's no lighting, or no like strong lighting and a strong shadow to make it look realistic, but it's just intentionally make it look more 2D, but it's actually 3D animation.
Okay. So what if we have students that are watching this interview? They may be interested in doing animation. What advice would you give them? Do they need to learn how to draw? Do they need to learn certain computer programs? What do they need to do?
So animation is really a broad career path. Like you can do modeling, you can do animation, you can do compositing, or you want to do lighting. So that's like a lot of different things. But overall, you should have some art background, so it's easy for it'll be easier for you to understand what's going on. But you don't have to draw really good to be an artist, because a lot of 3D designers don't even know how to draw, but they don't know how to. They do know how to make, how to scope, and how to, you know, how to animate, or like just they have a good sense of lighting, or they know how to compositing. So it really depends on which part you want to go, but you just like animation and you like draw. You can just start with what you like so far, and then later on you can decide which part you want to go. So I didn't know what I want to do. I just like drawing, and then I start learning animation, and I know there's a lot of different things, and a lot of different people, a lot of different jobs about only just an animation film. There's a lot of different parts that people need to focus on. So just do what you like for now, and later on when you know more about it, you can decide what you want to be like focused on.
So with this film, can you tell us your strength for this film? What you did most artistically, and where you, in your weakness, where you needed the help, whether it was music or cutting it down? Can you tell us the strength and the weakness in terms of in terms of the production of this film?
I think the style was kind of, I think it's successful to me because nobody done that before, and then I just create that style to make it 3D, more look at Chinese art. And actually the Rookie website find me and then want me to write an article of how to make that style. So I think that style is successful since nobody done that before. And I think I might need to, I don't know how to animate, so my animation is really bad. Like they move really slow, and then they move not really smooth. So if I can do anything better, I might just try to find some help to animate it better, so you feel like more alive rather than just like robot moving. And I was having a hard time at editing before, like I said. So, but now I understand that a good film doesn't need to have everything. You just need to have the part that you want. It's like writing an article. You can't put everything in there. Like you have to edit and delete the part, even though you really like that, but that's not good for the story. So you have to delete it in order to tell a whole story. Otherwise, people don't understand the film, then nothing gonna work. I'm sorry.
That's really interesting how, you came up with this technique to tell the story, but I think it was really effective because the focus was more so on the message. And sometimes you see some animations, they get really, involved and entail, and you kind of lose the message. So I thought there was a nice blend of the animation and the story. So with that said, how was the film received? What type of feedback have you received from this film?
Pretty good. My mom cried when she saw it, and my friend cried as well, and also remind them of their family. So I think that's kind of successful as well. That my key thoughts pass to people with my film.
Good. That's good. So what's next for you? Are you working on another film now? I know you're working now. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing now and what we can expect to see from you in the future.
So I'm working as designer right now at a visual effect company in New York. I didn't have any personal film right now, but we are working on a design film right now that gonna go to a design conference. So you might see a piece of my work at the design conference, but I don't have any personal film going right now.
Okay, that's fine. Well, maybe we can see an extended version of Whale Fall, and maybe you can do your original idea to make it into a longer story. Juan, thank you so much for joining us and sharing this wonderful film with us and sharing your story with us as well too. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And do you mind saying a special goodbye to our students that are studying Mandarin?
再见. So like goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay. Thank you. And thank you to our audience for joining us for this important and invigorating conversation. For more information about the upcoming film festival, please visit clevelandfilm.org. I'm Eric Siler. Thank you.